Hello, welcome to my stream. Today I'll be playing more of RollerCoaster Tycoon Deluxe. And last time we beat the level Carts and Coasters, so today we are starting Mel's World. Just for curiosity or just because it's a fun fact, Mel, the word Mel, means honey in Portuguese. So hopefully it will be an easy level, and let's see if it has something related to sweet or to honey. Probably not, but yeah, let's see how the level is. Okay, let me pause. This theme park has some well-designed modern rides, but plenty of space for expansion. My objective is to have at least 1,200 guests in my park at the end of October year 3 with a park rating of at least 600. That sounds a bit complicated, but it depends on which attractions I have in my park. Hey Early, how are you doing, man? Why the question mark? It's the urn, of course it is the urn. Especially because it's Roller Coaster Tycoon. So this won't be a big problem to beat the objective or the levels, right? I'm good too. How about you? How's your Tuesday? In here it's hot as hell, but besides that everything's fine. You're just asking? Yes, this looks like a bit challenging objective, but nothing impossible. It's not like Lost Vikings or anything like that, or Top Gear that I still need to beat tomorrow. You took the day off from your work, really? That's awesome. But did you have a reason, or it was just because you wanted to rest? You did a Dragon Warrior randomizer race with Sherbert. That was fun. So you guys streamed earlier today, or was it offline? Let me start the park while we talk because it has 3 years, so that means 3 hours. So we need to keep the time going in here. Do I have any? Oh, I have attractions, okay. We have a roller coaster. We have the um, it's called Blast Off in this park. We have another roller coaster, the Flightmare. It's funny that the drink stall is very distant from the burger stall or the burger shop, right? Yeah. We also have a Gravitron. Okay, so since we have a lot of attractions, I can charge the admission price. Actually, I will make it $3. You guys streamed? You didn't sleep well last night? Did you have insomnia? It's funny that we're talking about that because I had some good sleep in the past days, but I have been dreaming a lot. And the dreams that I'm having or that I have been having, they are, I don't know, they are making me feel a little bit strange after I wake up because they are varying a lot. I'm not having only one dream, I'm having a sequence of dreams, and some of them are a little bit related to people that I don't have contact anymore, so they bring some nostalgia. And when I'm awake, I feel a little bit weird after I wake up, right? Because maybe I don't remember the dream, but I still have the feeling that the dream made me feel with me. Maybe that's how I can describe what's going on in these last days. Hey Drew, how are you doing? You really don't get insomnia, but last night you was up from 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. I see. Thanks for stopping in earlier. Sorry I didn't have a mic. Oh, Drew was in your stream? Nice. No worries, I was at work. Yeah, Drew usually is working right now. You guys, you too, usually are working at the moment, but early got the day off, and probably Drew is working. At least that's my guess. He might still be working. It was good times, yeah. But funny enough, he stopped by your stream when you weren't playing a rhythm game. That's something rare. Let me change the research. I don't want ride improvement, scenery, and maybe I won't need roller coasters, right? Yes, I don't want more roller coasters. I have great models, I have two in my park, I don't need them right now. Let me check the staff. I have one handyman, no way, I need more. Hopefully 3 is enough. I want 2 mechanics, I have a security guard, okay, and I want an entertainer. Let me change that because when I get the information kiosk, that's where I want it to be. Oh wait. Oh, this is how I need to do it. Okay. You got your mic problem solved? You need to head to work at midnight, so you head home to sleep. Wait, so you're not streaming today? Today is Tuesday. Today should be a day that you need to stream, or usually we stream on Tuesdays. Your your free day is tomorrow, Wednesday. Am I right? Maybe your free day is Thursday. I'm not sure now, but it's either Thursday or Wednesday. You'll be streaming, so you go to your work very quickly. Okay, probably it's something related to, I don't know, a chemical component. Maybe you are either preparing or checking how a chemical component is doing or working in your lab. Then you need to wait some hours, and then you need to return there to change the process or to stop it from happening. That also explains why what you need to do at midnight will be something quick. Or maybe you just need to check some, um, how can I say it, some properties maybe in that hour. Okay, I need to change some things in those roller coasters. This model of roller coaster, it breaks a lot. And by saying that, I mean that it crashes a lot. So I don't want two trains in here. No way it's happening. I don't want two trains. And I need to change the inspection. Because now it's safer. I have seen this model of roller coaster crashing many times in the past, and the reason is because it has more than one train. So when the roller coaster breaks, the second train probably won't be able to stop at the station and it will hit the other train. So to avoid that from happening, let's change the number of trains to one. You have an experiment that needs to run for 9 hours and you have to be there every 3 hours after that for a total of 24 hours. In order to make sure you sleep tonight, you are setting it up at 1 a.m. tonight. That seems so annoying. Don't you have anybody else to help you about that? Because if you are the only person that needs to change the experiment in every 3 hours, that sucks, because that will really make your time schedule lame. Not only your sleep schedule, but everything, because it takes a whole day for you to solve that. Hey Oritsuru, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hey Gabriel, how are you doing? This is the first one. No, this is the first RollerCoaster Tycoon. But it has the expansion packs. But right now I'm playing the levels from the original. Yes, Drew, don't you have anybody else to help you about that? Are you the only one in charge of the experiment? Because maybe if you had somebody else, you guys could, um, I don't know, divide the 24 hours in a half, right? So it would be 12 hours for a person and 12 hours for the other. But if you need to be there in each 3 hours, then it sucks. It's just you. Man, how do you expect to stream? Your stream will take 2 hours then, because I don't know, how do you expect to do that? It's not that bad. Do you mean I'm not sure what's not that bad. Do you mean Drew's experiment, or how you are going, or how you are doing? In my opinion, it's super bad if we are talking about Drew's experiment. The experiment, really? In my opinion, it's bad. I would be very upset if I was in Drew's place. It's just 24 hours, but you need to be there in each 3 hours. Or in every 3 hours. If you set up a bad time, wait a minute, let me read that again. You have an experiment that needs to run for 9 hours. Oh, I understand now. So you have a 9 hours span, and after the 9 hours, then you need to return there for every 3 hours, right? Until you complete the 24 hours period. So that 9 hours help you, yeah. The 9 hours can give you some time to sleep, for example. Okay, I was missing that. It sounds better. Yeah, you have 9 hours of sleep or free time. The 9 hours can really help you for that. I was just thinking that it's 3 hours until it finishes, right? So wait, it sucks because you won't have a lot of time to do whatever you want, like sleeping, eating, everything. Chrono Cross today? No, I'm only playing Chrono Cross on my weekends. A couple 2.5 hour naps, it seems easy enough. Back when you worked in the oil fields, you used to run 24 hour shifts all the time, but Did you have other people helping you by that time? Yeah, I agree with that. He's pretty tough. I agree. I'm not. I'm the opposite. I'm very weak. A sleeping bag to the lab. Oh my god, Drew, a sleeping bag? I want to make sure that it takes a long. Wait, it takes as long as possible to finish Chrono Cross. Yes, it will take a very long time until I beat that game, right? I believe I have played Chrono Cross for more than 10 hours already. Yeah, I would guess 12 hours. And I believe I still did nothing in the game. Oh my god, maybe I should have more handymans in here. Ritsuru, is Chrono Cross your favorite? Do you prefer it than Chrono Trigger? No, don't leave. Return here. Wait, no, 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 not mowing the grass. Where are you going? You don't know? Seems to be a very difficult question. Maybe you don't have a favorite, but you prefer some things from the first game and then some things from the second. The nostalgia is very very strong with Trigger. You'd say Trigger because it reminds you of happy times. I can relate, for example, in my case, but I will change the game, right? But the situation seems like the same. Regarding Paper Mario games, Paper Mario 64 is my favorite because every time I play it, it brings me a lot of nostalgia. But I can understand why people usually prefer the Thousand Year Door because it has new features, it's more. It has a better graphics, right? And it has new mechanics, it has other. I don't know, it has some things that relate Mario to the paper universe in a better way that mm, Paper Mario 64 does. But Paper Mario 64 has my heart, you know? I don't care if it's less. I don't know if it's not better than the sequel, but I love it more because of the nostalgia. And the music's in there, the characters in there, everything is in my heart. And because of that, I wasn't able to prefer the Thousand Year Door. Actually, I couldn't play it a lot. I beat the game once and then I never returned to it. Every time I want to play Paper Mario, I go play the 64 game. Super Mario 64, that's also a great example of a very nostalgia game, right? I still need to beat the original because the only Mario 64 game that I was able to beat in the past was the remake for DS. I could never beat the original. I mean, by beating the game, I'm saying that I was never able to collect all the stars. But beating Bowser, I was able to do it. A good suggestion for a video game host or ST to sleep to? I don't know, do you mean an entire OST? Or do you mean some songs? Because I would recommend you to look for some playlists on YouTube that reunites, or that they reunite, right? They reunite different songs from different games. And they have playlists for studying, for sleeping, so you can probably find that. Usually they use a lot of Animal Crossing musics, Mario Galaxy musics, Final Fantasy musics, Xenoblade musics, and some other games too. If you're looking for a very good soundtrack that has some relaxing songs, I would recommend you checking one of my favorites, which is Opuna. Let me type it in the chat. It's a Wii game. It's a Wii RPG game that it's not very popular. The there isn't, or there aren't, right? There aren't many people that know about it, but it has a fantastic soundtrack. So maybe if you check some songs from Opuna, I believe you might find some very relaxing music in there. For example, Tokyo is one of my favorites. Also, Blue Desert Hotel. Also, Blue Desert is a great one. Let me see. My favorite song from the OST is The Village Without Memories. Check some of those songs on YouTube and see if you like them, because the soundtrack is amazing in my opinion. And regarding Myst, yes, I still need to play that. I have never played it. And me and Early, we have been talking about the game some days ago. Oh, are you leaving now, Drew? You are trying to sleep now? Okay, so have a great sleep and good luck with your experiment. And I catch you later on your stream. Phantasy Star Online 1 OST. Phantasy Star. Wasn't it a game for a Sega console? Or am I wrong? I have never played it, but I believe it was for a Sega console in the past. Dreamcast? But here's the thing, why do they call it online? Because I don't think Dreamcast had online compatibility? That's a difficult word. I hope it's right. Compatibility. I don't think it was. You would be able to get online by playing Dreamcast. It had online, really? I didn't know about that. Maybe it was one of the first consoles that had online gaming, because I didn't know about that. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that Phantasy Star Online for Dreamcast was the only game of the franchise. I remember watching a video that was listing games that should return, and Phantasy Star Online was one of those games, so I believe it had only one game in the franchise. Dreamcast had a built-in modem. I didn't know about that. I actually don't think I have played Dreamcast. I have played a Dreamcast game once, but it was because of emulator. But the real console, I believe I have never played it. I have played Sega Saturn, but not Dreamcast. Where should I build my attractions in here? Marvel vs. Capcom 4 player mode? You share a super personal secret? You got an internet browser CD in a gaming magazine for Dreamcast back in the day. And it was your super secret way to look at porn when you was young as a teenager. Oh my god! Ritsuru! Oh boy. I use it to I won't talk about porn, but I use it to sometimes get my father's notebook because it was able to connect to internet, and I sometimes I did that in secret, right? And I wanted to download the ROMs for Pokemon Gold and Silver, and I remember doing it without his permission. And then I download the game, I save the game in a floppy disk, and then I got it to my desktop computer, and then I played the game. But I remember getting some viruses to his notebook because I was using internet, and in the past when you use internet, it was more it was easier for you to get some viruses because the antiviruses weren't very good by that time and everything was risky. I remember getting some viruses to his notebook because I used it in secret because of Pokemon, because I wanted to emulate Pokemon a lot, and yeah. But thankfully, somehow we were able to save everything to remove the virus, but it was a problem. Yes, indeed. Everything you did in the internet in the past had virus, right? Had a virus. Thankfully today it's more easy for you to protect yourself from viruses, but back in the day it was so common for you to get a virus. Actually, one of the reasons why I was never able to beat all the objectives of RollerCoaster Tycoon was because of viruses. The viruses crashed my computer many times, I lost all my progress, and then I was never able to complete everything in this game. But it wasn't only the viruses. Also, sometimes my computer had some problems or it crashed because of it was getting dirty and we never did some proper cleaning to my computer, so the cooler got very dusty and stopped working. And then my computer was having some overheating, and because of that it broke a lot. Yes, Windows 95, I had that one. Windows was so exploitable. Thankfully, very few banked with their computers back then. You could break the login screen and bypass it without any credentials by starting with using the help button. I pulled the side of my case and blew a box fan into my computer back then. Wait, what? The side of your case, okay, and you blew a box fan into your computer back then. A box fan? You mean a big fan? Like this one? Is that what a box fan is? Oh, the 3D cinema. I still need to build the... Oh my god. Wait. This is so dirty. Square shaped. Oh, I know it. Okay, I know which model that one is. Yeah, because your computer fan broke and it didn't really work very well. I agree. I believe I did it sometimes too, but I only actually I don't remember removing the case, but I remember positioning my fans next to the computer so it would help him to not get too hot. But yes, it didn't work very well. That's not the better solution or the best solution, right? It's not the best solution. But we did what we could to keep it safe or working. Computers in the past were a huge problem, right? It was very difficult for us to keep it alive, keep it working, and everything was more complicated than now. I believe you should hire a new mechanic. You were such a dumb dork. You used to put ice packs in your computer and rotate them out every 30 or 45 minutes so I could keep playing without. Oh my god. Ice packs, straps. Okay, that's That's something I haven't heard before. And I'm pretty sure that it was worse than the fan. Because I don't think it would work very well. But yes, my computers in the past also used it to shut down because of overheating. And when that happened, how can I say it? When that happened, after with some frequency, when that happened with some frequency, at some point our computer won't turn on again, and that's why um, my computer had so many crashes, deep threats. For science, right? You did it for science. But yes, because of the overheating, the computer at some point won't start, uh, it won't turn on anymore. And then we needed to change everything and to change the the parts of the computer because they broke or they stopped working. So basically, it was a pain to have a computer in the past. Not only because of the viruses and the issues that used to happen, but also because of everything else. For example, oh, I need to transfer data. How many flop disks do you need to do that? Because yeah, everything in the past was painful to do. It's funny to think that we progressed a lot in a very small amount of years regarding computer and technology in general, right? But yes, the floppy disks. We needed to carry a pack of 15 floppy disks to do anything. Indeed, the floppy disks. The antiviruses, the rebooting program, everything was floppy disk. Entire games used to be 2 mega, yeah. This game wasn't very large. I'm pretty sure it's very small actually. I want to use this area right here, but first I need to fix the land. I remember that we used it to call for a person that understood a lot of computer and technical stuff for computers in every 4 or 6 months, because every time we had a problem to deal with our computers, so it was super common for us to call for service of someone to help us to either fix the computer or to do something that we didn't know how to do, like maybe is installing something or getting a program. It was super common to call for someone to help us about that, and now we don't need to do it anymore. Yes, I have lived my entire life in Brazil, especially, or not especially, but Only I have only lived in the state of Rio de Janeiro. I never left my state. I mean, all the houses, right? The houses where I lived, they all were in the state of Rio de Janeiro. But of course, I have traveled around my country. I have never been to another country. Oh, I need to. Wait, what? Oh, okay, I see. There we go. I hope someday I can go to the south region of Brazil, especially to a place called Iguaçu Waterfalls, because that place it does frontier with Argentina and Paraguay. Yeah, not even Argentina. So if I go there, I will be able to. Yeah, indeed. I want to go to the south region because if I go there, I will be able to. It will be easier for me to check out the other countries. Even if I can only like go across the frontier and return, even if it's just like that. But yes, I plan to go to Argentina someday, or that's a place that I really want to go. Especially because I have a friend in there. And another reason why I want to go to Argentina is because it has snow. We don't have snow in Brazil, or it's very, very rare. So I want to see snow. How is traveling? We are. Because of Mercosul. I'm not sure if it has the same name in other countries, but in here we call it as Mercosul. It's it's yeah, it's free for you to travel around the countries. Maybe not all the countries. I'm not sure how it works for the countries located more at the north, but here at the bottom of South America, I believe it's alright if you want to travel between Uruguay, Paraguay, Argentina, Brazil, Chile. Is a Brazilian passport good to travel? Yeah, I would say it is. Many friends of mine or many people that I know, they don't have any problems to go to Europe, to Asia, to Canada, to Australia. Maybe the biggest or hardest place to go is the US, but it's because of the immigration um, security, right? The log flume. Did I get anything else? The chairlift. How is money making in Rio? Is your potential income enough to be able to travel if that was your desire? I don't think it is. It depends actually. How can I say it? I don't think that everyone can travel to another place like that. It's not that easy. But at the same time, it's not impossible depending on where you want to go and if you can find some offers, if you go in a period of time that has better prices for you to travel. I don't know, it varies a lot, but it's not super easy. But at the same time, it's not impossible. It's not like everyone can go to another country like that. And it also depends where do you want to go. Some places are easier to go and more cheap than others. I would say that the best places or the most cheap places for you to go from here would be South America. I would say that a Brazilian passport allows you to go to many places, and I believe that foreigners to go to the US in general, they will face some problems because of the immigration security. But yeah, I don't think it's something that it's only like we Brazilians will pass through. I believe the US blocks a lot of different countries and a lot of different people, but at the same time, it's not impossible. I mean, you only need to spend some more time in there answering questions and passing through fiscalization, but it's not a big deal either, right? I would say the biggest problem is the money that you need to spend if you want to travel. Especially because our currency, it is it has a how can I say it? It's weaker than the other countries' currencies. So everything in the other countries costs like the double or the triple of how the price would be in here. So that's the big deal. What would be my favorite place to go in the world?